In our fast-paced world of endless notifications, endless scrolling, and endless distractions, most people live as if they will never die. We postpone our dreams, delay important conversations, waste hours on things that don't matter, and treat time as if it is infinite. Then one day we wake up and realize years have slipped away while we were busy being busy. The ancient Stoics had a powerful antidote to this illusion. They called it Memento Mori. Remember that you will die. Far from being morbid or depressing, this practice is one of the most life-affirming tools in Stoic philosophy. When you truly remember that your time on earth is limited and uncertain, everything changes. Small worries lose their grip. Trivial distractions lose their appeal. What truly matters suddenly comes into sharp focus. In this video, we are going to explore why remembering death is one of the most practical and liberating practices you can adopt in 2026. We will look at how Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus used Memento Mori to live with urgency, clarity, and purpose. We will break down the psychology behind why this practice works so effectively, and most importantly, we will give you simple, actionable ways to incorporate Memento Mori into your daily life so that you stop wasting time and start living more fully. By the end of this video, you will have a clear framework you can start using today to transform the awareness of death from a source of anxiety into a source of motivation, gratitude, and focused action. Let us begin by understanding why Memento Mori is not a dark practice but one of the greatest gifts the Stoics left us. Memento Mori is not about fearing death. It is about using the reality of death to live better. The Stoics believe that most human suffering comes from forgetting our mortality. We waste time on trivial matters. We delay meaningful actions. We hold grudges. We chase things that won't matter in the end. When you bring death close as a daily companion, these patterns begin to dissolve. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the Roman Empire during wars and plagues, wrote in his private journal, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." He did not write this to frighten himself. He wrote it to sharpen his focus and align his actions with what truly mattered. In 2026, with constant digital distractions designed to make us forget our finitude, Memento Mori is more relevant than ever. It cuts through the noise and reminds us that our time is precious and limited. Seneca put it powerfully when he said we suffer more in imagination than in reality. But he also warned that we live as if we will live forever, though we know we will die. This illusion of infinite time is the root of much procrastination, resentment, and superficial living. When you remember that death is certain but the hour is uncertain, you naturally become more intentional. You stop postponing the important conversation. You stop scrolling when you could be creating. You stop holding on to anger when you could be practicing forgiveness. You start living as if today matters, because it does. The practice of Memento Mori does not make life darker. It makes life brighter by helping you focus on what is truly valuable. Marcus Aurelius used Memento Mori as a daily practice to maintain clarity amid the immense pressures of ruling an empire. He reminded himself constantly that he was mortal, that his time was limited, and that he should therefore act with wisdom and virtue in every moment. This awareness did not paralyze him. It energized him. It helped him prioritize justice, courage, and self-discipline over petty politics and fleeting pleasures. You can apply the same principle in your own life. When you remember that you will die, the trivial arguments, the need for approval, the endless comparison, and the fear of taking risks all lose their power. What remains is a clear sense of what matters, living with integrity, deepening relationships, pursuing meaningful work, and becoming a better person. In 2026, this practice is especially powerful because technology and social media are engineered to keep us distracted from our mortality. Notifications, endless feeds, and dopamine loops make us forget that our days are numbered. Memento Mori acts as a reset button. It brings you back to reality and helps you make better choices with the time you have left. The Stoics did not invent this practice to make us sad. They created it to make us awake. When you truly internalize that death is coming, you stop sleepwalking through life. You start showing up fully for the people you love. You start doing work that matters. You start treating each day as the precious gift it is. One of the most practical ways to use Memento Mori is to ask yourself a simple question each morning. If today were one of my last days, how would I live it? This single question cuts through procrastination and superficial priorities with remarkable clarity. Suddenly, spending hours scrolling or putting off difficult but important tasks feels absurd. You realize that you would rather have meaningful conversations, do work you care about, move your body, and express love to the people who matter. You would not waste the day on things that don't align with your values. Seneca advised living each day as if it could be your last, not out of fear, but out of deep appreciation and urgency. This mindset does not make you reckless. It makes you intentional. It helps you say no to things that waste your time and yes to things that enrich your life. In 2026, with so many demands competing for your attention, this daily question becomes a powerful filter. It helps you protect your time and energy for what truly matters. Another practical application is to use Memento Mori when facing difficult decisions or fear of failure. When you remember that you will die, the fear of looking foolish, making a mistake, or failing at something becomes much smaller. You realize that in the grand scheme of your limited life, the risk of embarrassment is far less costly than the regret of never trying. Marcus Aurelius used this awareness to push through hesitation and act with courage even when the outcome was uncertain. You can do the same. The next time fear or overthinking holds you back, remind yourself, I am going to die. Do I want to spend my limited time paralyzed by fear, or do I want to take action and live fully? This perspective shift often provides the courage needed to move forward. The Stoics also used Memento Mori to cultivate gratitude and presence. When you remember that everything and everyone you love is temporary, you naturally appreciate them more deeply. You stop taking relationships for granted. You stop postponing quality time with family and friends. You become more present in everyday moments because you realize they will not last forever. Seneca wrote that we should live each day as if it were a complete life. This does not mean living recklessly. It means bringing full attention and gratitude to whatever you are doing right now. In 2026, with constant digital distractions pulling us out of the present moment, this practice is revolutionary. Try this simple exercise. Once a day, look at someone you love and silently remind yourself that one day you will lose them. Let that awareness soften your heart and deepen your appreciation. Do the same with your own life. Look at your hands, your home, your health, and remind yourself that these things are not guaranteed. This gentle remembrance does not create sadness. It creates profound gratitude and motivates you to live more fully while you still can. The practice of Memento Mori ultimately leads to a richer, more meaningful life. It helps you stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start investing your limited days in what does. To help you integrate Memento Mori into your daily life, here is a practical 30-day challenge you can start today. For the first 10 days, begin each morning by spending 2 minutes contemplating your own mortality. Ask yourself, if today were one of my last days, how would I live it? Write down one small action you will take that aligns with that awareness. For the next 10 days, practice evening reflection with a Memento Mori lens. Review your day and ask, did I live today as if it mattered? Identify one area where you can improve tomorrow. For the final 10 days, combine Memento Mori with gratitude. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for and silently acknowledge that they are temporary. This simple challenge, when done consistently, will rewire your relationship with time and priorities. You will notice yourself becoming less distracted, more present, and more intentional with how you spend your days. The awareness of death stops being a source of anxiety and becomes a source of clarity, urgency, and deep appreciation for life. Marcus Aurelius used this practice while facing immense responsibilities and personal losses. Seneca used it while staring at his own mortality. Epictetus used it while living with physical limitations. Their examples show us that remembering death does not diminish life. It amplifies it. It helps us live more fully, love more deeply, and act with greater purpose. As we close this video, remember this: death is not the enemy of life. Forgetting that you will die is. When you keep Memento Mori close as a quiet companion, you stop postponing what matters. You stop living on autopilot. You start showing up fully for the people you love and the work you care about. You treat each day as the precious gift it is. This is the Stoic way to live more fully in 2026 and beyond. The awareness of death does not make life darker. It makes life brighter by helping you focus on what truly matters. Thank you for watching this video. If the practice of Memento Mori resonated with you, please hit the like button. Subscribe to Rise as a Stoic and turn on notifications for more practical Stoic lessons on living with purpose and strength. In the comments, share one small change you are committing to make this week because you remembered that your time is limited. I read every comment, and I am rooting for your growth. In the next video, we will explore Stoic rules for handling rejection and heartbreak in relationships. Until then, remember that you will die. Let that truth guide how you live today. Stay present, stay grateful, and keep rising. I will see you in the next lesson.